Hello and welcome to moinframe. My name is Justus and in today's video we are building a little panel plugin together. So the Kirby community has been incredibly active lately when it comes to plugins, and I've been building a few myself in the last weeks, so I thought today is a perfect day to build one together. We are going to create a social media image generator kind of deal. And the idea is pretty simple. You have a blog post and right there in the panel you get a preview of what the share image could look like using the post title and the cover photo, and you can pick between two designs, hit a button and it saves the image and sets it as your OG image. Honestly, a great excuse to learn how panel plugins work. Alright, let's get into it. We are here in our beloved starter kit. And I will start the local PHP server by typing in composer start. So the quickest way to set up a new plugin is via the Kirby CLI. If you have not installed it yet, you can grab it globally via Composer. In your Kirby project, you can say Kirby make plugin, and this will ask you for the name, which will be moinframe in this case, and social image. And now we can navigate to Site, Plugins, Social Image, and open up the folder here. And you can see this has generated an empty index.php file, which is the entry for our plugin. Now, quick note here, this setup is great for developing locally and for personal projects or your own website. But if you want to publish your plugin for others to install via Composer, there is a plugin kit which gives you a more complete starter with like Composer JSON and proper namespacing and all that. I will link that in the description. Now let's add the front-end tooling. I will npm init here. You can use the package manager of your choice, of course, and this will give me the package.json file. To build view components for the panel, we need a bundler, and kirbyup is the official one, and it's built on top of Vite and optimized for the Kirby workflow. And in here we can place the scripts. And the nice thing is you don't have to install kirbyup here. You can use the npx command just to use it dynamically. Now we have two commands, the dev command, which will serve our development flow with hot reloading. So every time we change something in our view component, the panel updates instantly. And the build command is the one you run for production. So you build it once and then you ship the index.js within the plugin's root, and that will be loaded by Kirby. So let's create our entry. For that, we will create a new file in source/index.js and paste in a boilerplate, which is panel plugin, and the section we want, we will name that social image, and the section will be in a view component we will set up next. Let's create the view component. For now, that will be very simple. Just add a new file in components folder called social image, oh my god, .view. And in here we can add a very simple template with a section and some coming soon text. All right, let's fire up the pnpm dev command. And this will create the server on port 5177. And now we also need the PHP side. So let's register our section in our index.php file. And it's pretty simple, just a sections array, then the same name we use in view for our section, and for now an empty array. We will fill that later. Finally, we need to add the section to our blueprint. So let's go to blueprints, pages, put it in the node. I think I want to create tabs. Let's add tabs here, one for the content, which is the whole page we currently have in the starter kit. Let's get rid of some of those comments to make it easier to read. So tabs, content, and in there is columns, tabs, content, columns. All right, we can close this off. And then we add another tab called social. And we will add sections in here, and one section we'll call social image, and it will be type social image. Well, I can't write today. Wow. All right, so 2 tabs, a new section with our section type. And let's actually add an OG image field too. We can put that in our sidebar here. So OG image, that's the one we are filling later. Give it a name. Type is files. Multiple is false. And the template will be image. Let's switch to the panel to our blog post. And you can see we have content and social. And here is our new section, which is coming soon. Nice. So let's wire this up. Before we build out the component, let me introduce you to kirbyuse. It's a package by Johann Schoplich, the same person who created the kirbyup command, and it gives you composables and type hints for panel plugin development. It's pretty great. To add kirbyuse, just open up a new terminal, and we will add, oh wait, we have to go to our site plugins folder. And here we add our kirbyuse package. So this means we can use a script setup in our view component. So just say script setup. And in here we can import, for example, use panel from kirbyuse and use it like this. And this gives us all the methods the panel has. So for example, we can use notifications here, or we can use the API. And yeah, we get type hints and all the good stuff for our API, for example. So API post. Nice. All right, the fun part starts. Let's build our social image preview. And we need the page title and the cover image, and those come from the PHP section props. So first, let's update our PHP to pass the page data, and we will add some props, and which is just a label, so you can set the label in the blueprint. And we set the computed properties here, which basically will automatically be moved to view and can be used there. So there's our title, which is just the page title, and then we have the cover and our model in here. So the model for Node has some default cover method, which basically returns the cover file or another file. So we can use this cover method to get the cover and hand over the URL to that. So now we are going to the view component again, and I will paste in the code I've written. So it's a bit awkward to handle section data in here. Let me scroll to this section here. So there is a helper which is called use section, and we have props from kirbyuse, and that is very, very well documented on the kirbyuse page. So we are copying that from here to basically make sure that the view2 component correctly loads in the data we have put in our PHP file. And yeah, as you can see, we get the response data here, and we fill it into ref here. So we have reactive data from our PHP data in view. That's pretty great. For the components, let's scroll up. We are using kSection, which is a built-in component, and we have the kSelect field and the kButton. So we are using internal components from the panel to make it all look native inside the panel. So we are reusing that. No need to reinvent the wheel here. And then we have the preview, which is our design preview of the actual OG image. And if we switch to our panel, we see, okay, it is pretty much working. We have a select field, we have the button, the image, and our title down here. So let's add some styling to make this look nice. Back in our view component, just scroll down after the script tag, or it doesn't really matter. You can organize it as you want, but we can add a script style tag with some styles to make it look nicer. And as you can see, it's already there looking nice. And we can switch between the different styles for our OG image. And we have, reactive toggling on our styles. Nice. For generating the actual image, we will use the HTML to image library on the client side. So it takes a DOM element and turns it into a PNG in this case. And then we can send that to our backend and use a custom route to save it as a file. For now, we need to install the pnpm add HTML to image library. And next we need to add our method here. So let's go up here in our view component, import the toPNG method from HTML to image. And we should also use the panel for notification API and the view. And then we can add our save image method, which we are already using on the button here. So we have a click function here saying, let's call save image. And that is a method we are not having right now. So let's put it in. And you can see there is our save image method. And this just waits for two PNGs for the library to, basically grab an image of our social image card here. That's the preview image. And then we'll use the Kirby API to post to this endpoint. Now, where does our backend route go? Well, let's update our index.php file with the API route. So this is under API routes, and we will use a new route with the pattern we are using in our view component. That's a post request, and we will just get the page ID and the image, try to get the page from Kirby, and then save the image to a temp folder, run the create file method, update our field, remove the temp file, and return our status. So now we can choose maybe the bold theme, save the image. We get the notification that the image is saved. We can switch to the content and see here is our OG image field. It's filled with our new OG image. Click on it. This is the file. Nice. And we can, of course, go over, change select the minimal theme one, save the file again, move to our content and see this is the minimal design. And that's it. The image is a proper Kirby file. The OG image field is set and you can use it in your template to populate the OG image meta tag. Let's quickly recap what we have covered and a few best practices. So use kirbyup. I mean, it's the official bundler for panel plugins. It handles like view compilation, hot reloading, and it's basically zero config. You can add your scripts to your package.json and you're good to go. So that is a must use for panel plugins. Next one is kirbyuse. I would advise to use it. It makes script setup work properly in Kirby, has some benefits between versions 4 and 5 and probably 6 as well. And it saves you a lot of time digging through the panel methods. So big thanks for Johan for both of those tools. That's it for today. We went from a zero to working Kirby plugin with custom routes, kirbyup, kirbyuse, API route, and a real feature. And I hope you find this useful. If you want more Kirby content like this, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments what you are building. See you next time. Bye!